So if you immigrated and felt anxious, smaller, or strangely invisible, this video is for you. Not because you're weak and not because you cannot adapt. And also not because moving countries automatically cause anxiety. What you're feeling has a structure. And once you see it, the anxiety begins to loosen. Reframe the problem. We usually think immigration anxiety comes from obvious things like new language, new rules, new systems, but those are visible structures. They are uncomfortable, not destabilizing. What actually shakes us, even we don't see. Immigration doesn't create anxiety. It reveals how much of our identity depended on invisible structures. And structures that used to respond automatically for us in a new country, they just don't exist. They disappear. What invisible structures are? Before you moved to a new country, many things worked without effort. Like people understood your tone, your competence was assumed, and you knew how authority works. You knew when to joke, when to push back, when to stay quiet. You didn't think about these things because the system recognized you. After immigration, those systems go silent. Not hostile, not broken, just unresponsive. And when support disappears invisibly, it feels like identity loss. Now remove self-blame. Here's the key idea. Anxiety is not the problem. Anxiety is a feedback. It's what happens when systems stop confirming who you are. So the question is not what's wrong with me. The real question is, which invisible systems no longer recognize me? That shift alone can lower anxiety because it removes self-blame. Now, steps for structural rebuilding. Let's talk about how to get out of this identity loss without managing anxiety. Now, number one, name what you lost. Like language, status, social intuition, professional shorthand. What's named becomes workable. Step number two, separate identity from those old containers. Like you didn't lose who you are, you lost the systems that expressed who you are in your previous country. Now, step three, install temporary anchors, one routine, one place where your competence is unquestioned, one relationship where you don't have to explain yourself. Stability doesn't need to be everywhere, just at least somewhere. Step 4. Practice legibility before belonging. Explain more, name intent, make context visible. Belonging comes later, but you gotta make it effort. Next step, design your identity consciously. In your previous country, identity was automatic. Here, it becomes intentional, and that's the benefit. Like, ask yourself, what signals competence here? What behaviors are rewarded here? What parts of me translate? And what need new expression? Like, this is not a self-erase. It's an audit of your identity. And reassurance plus perspective. If you feel like you're in between versions of yourself, that's not a failure, that's transition. It requires some time and passion. Immigration doesn't break identity, it exposes. And once you can see the invisible, you stop fighting yourself. You start rebuilding on purpose. Now, in a way you want, not in a way that your previous country dictated you. So you're not lost. You redesign. And my suggestion is to get the best out of it. Anxious or not, put in the efforts within those couple of fair steps would make you actually choose your identity because maybe some of those obsolete part of it don't make any sense to you.